Coastal Seniors provides a number of services for those 60 and older along the Mendocino and Sonoma coasts. Among their many programs are food programs, transportation services, and health and assistance programs. Today we're going to visit with Executive Director Brian Flinn of Coastal Seniors. So tell me just briefly, what is Coastal Seniors?
Well, good afternoon. And Coastal Seniors, based in Point Arena, we're a nonprofit organization that has two primary principal services that we provide to the Mendonoma coastline, basically from Timber Cove up to, well, Irish Beach, soon to be Elk. We provide Meals on Wheels, food, nutrition, meals to go, as well as dine in on Tuesdays for our food program. We also offer bus transportation with our two buses for those seniors and disadvantaged adults so they can get to local, either medical, food, post office, or out of town to Santa Rosa, Ukiah, or Fort Bragg for other medical services that are more specialized that are not offered here on the coast. Those are our two primary things that we provide. There are many
Great.
others, but it's our community we care about.
Yeah. And tell me, what constitutes a senior? What's the age that, for Coastal Seniors, what's a senior?
60 years and older.
Great. And some of the services you expand, like if there's a caregiver or somebody involved with the person, they can also participate to some degree in services.
Yes, we actually advocate for that. There are many of the seniors or disadvantaged adults or seniors that need a caregiver for assistance while they're at their appointment or wherever they're going. Now, the primary guest is who typically pays the fare that we established. Caregivers do not have to pay. They can bring a partner, a caregiver, or somebody to help them if necessary, a friend, where they go. So that we
Wow,
offer that to be able to have them on board to go with our guest.
that's great. When did you start with Coastal Seniors? You're relatively new on board. When did you start, and how's it been so far?
So in 2022, there was a overwhelming need for a bus driver to complement the only bus driver that they had employed at the time. I applied, went through the process, and became a Coastal Seniors bus driver in 2022, and it did so for 4 years until an opportunity presented itself in January in 2026, where there was a need for a new executive director. Our board had approached me with the offer for me to take over that position. And because of my passion for our community, seniors, and those, I said yes. So now I am the new executive director since January of this year.
So 6 months in, give or take, how's it going? What's your read?
Feels like more like 10 or 11 months. But my read is the first couple of months was really trying to help understand what the nutrition side of things, the food, because I had familiarity. Of course, I was intimate with the bus transportation as a driver for 4 years. So it was really getting the team together to get them motivated, to have them understand my philosophies, the way that I wanted things to work, and to start initiating certain programs or other activities that we had not done before for 2 or 3 years prior to.
Right. Now, you've got a staff, a paid staff, and about how many people
Correct.
are part of the staff?
So we have a full kitchen crew. We have two kitchen managers, as well as we have three helpers that are employees. One is on actually family medical leave right now. So we have four paid employees that take care of our kitchen Monday through Thursday as we do and prepare meals on all 4 of those days. And we have a front office staff, which includes me, and we have four people that do the office staff as well. And we have five bus drivers. So in total, we have 13 employees, paid
Right.
employees.
Right. Well, and Coastal Seniors also depends on volunteers to help.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Would I be correct saying that you couldn't operate without volunteers?
That is a fact. We have probably a list of about 20 to 28 volunteers. Many are in standby or as substitutes. And without the volunteers, we'd probably get 25% of the what we need to do done. Now, we primarily use a couple of volunteers within the kitchen and helping with our dine-in activity that we do on Tuesdays, but the vast majority of the volunteers are primarily assigned as the hand-delivered meals or Meals on Wheels volunteers that drive the meals Monday through Wednesday to all of our seniors or shut-ins or those that need that type of service. We do that Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah. So I think I'd be very fair in saying Coastal Seniors provides a really important group of services for a lot of the folks in our community. For, as you said, from Irish Beach down to Timber Cove, maybe even
Correct.
Fort Ross down there.
Yes.
And that'd be a lot of people would be hard pressed if there wasn't a Coastal Seniors, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. So I've found when I was driving the bus, and certainly over the last 6 months as being the executive director, so many of the seniors, they come here and they want to stay on the coast. So for them to age in place, they have to have essentially a couple of things. One is a reasonable, good medical services, which the Redwood Coast Medical Services provides. To a certain extent, they only have so many resources that they have available. We also have the Mendonoma Health Alliance that provides additional assistance to those seniors and non-seniors. But equally, for those that want to age in place, there is the vital need of not only having the Meals on Wheels program so that they get proper nutrition as they age. They may not make as many meals as they should or as nutritious as they should, but probably the most important in that aspect is they don't drive anymore or they only drive locally, and to be able to go to the more specialized medical services. And since they can't drive that entire distance, then the bus will be able to take them to Santa Rosa, Ukiah, or Fort Bragg for those services. And
Yeah, so
that's huge.
yeah, that's big. Those are two big things in everybody's life. How
Sure.
they their 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 meals,
Yes.
how they eat,
Yes.
and how they get to the places that they need to go to. And Coastal
Exactly.
Seniors fills does a huge part of both of those.
I remember I went to an aging in place meeting early on when I became the director, and one of the things that the ladies had told me is, "Oh, I had no idea the coastal seniors did that. That means I can stay here longer on the coast. I don't have to move to South San Francisco where there's medical services, or to back to Santa Rosa where there's medical services that I need to go to 2 or 3 times a month."
Yeah,
So that meant that they could stay here longer, and that was, of course, their goal and wish.
that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Well, it's
made me feel good.
absolutely. Well, it's good to have you on board,
Thank you.
and I hope folks will take notice and possibly when they see you at the grocery store or the post office or wherever, stop and say hi to you, or come up on Tuesday for the regular Tuesday lunches.
Yes, because one of the things I mentioned earlier, George, when you asked me about it, is we have a lot of new things that we're doing that may have been done before, but we're adding to that. We try to ensure that our quality of food that we make is as best as we can do, as well as especially on our dine-in on Tuesdays, including every third Tuesday, we will have a bingo activity right near the tail end of the lunch, as well as we do offer other services that could enhance the quality of life for those that are here on the coast. And that is every Friday, we take a bus with those that want to go to the Frugal Fridays movie at the Point Arena Theater. We also will provide transportation to certain special events, as we did last Saturday, to a group of folks that wanted to go to the Tommy Castro and Painkillers live performance. We're also initiating taking a trip or two on a weekday and or weekend to a trip up to the Botanical Gardens in Fort Bragg. We also on Tuesday at the Garcia River Casino is Tuesdays is seniors nights. So we take a group to the casino for an additional, they get discounts on food. They have live or they have music. They also have the opportunity to gamble if that's what they want to do. So we do that every Tuesday night when the bus availability is. And the last thing is we have the upcoming holiday coming up. So we are taking
Fourth of
care
July.
of the fireworks visitors so we can take those that are mobility challenged to get them to and from the pier so they can watch the fireworks, as well as we're going to be in the parade on Sunday. So you'll see our bus and waving faces,
Fantastic.
waving
Yeah.
hands and
Yeah.
smiling faces.
Smiling faces. There you go. That's fantastic. And people who want to take advantage, seniors who'd like to take advantage of any of these many services, can simply do so by calling the office. I'm going to put the contact information up
Yes, please.
when we're done, and people can contact you or anyone else at Coastal Seniors to get bus transportation, to sign up for meals, to go to a movie, to do any of the number of things that you've got lined up for them. You're happy to take their call and get them scheduled.
I appreciate that. We also try to, via social media on Facebook,
Yep.
Instagram, as well as on our website and through the ICO and to our two radio stations, KGUA and The Tide, to give uh, public service announcements on upcoming activities. Because we also know that a lot of the seniors may not look at Facebook, they may not use the internet, but they listen to the radio, they get the ICO paper. We'll
Right.
put up flyers as necessary, and word of mouth is huge. So
Yeah.
anybody that has
Really
used our
big.
services, please let your neighbors and anybody else know that we can offer those.
Fantastic. Brian, thanks so much. Really appreciate you're doing a great job. I know because I've eaten lunch with you all on a few Tuesdays.
Good.
Even sat in on bingo.
I know. I
Bing,
saw you.
yeah,
Yes,
bingo is more fun than I remembered. For such a silly game, it's a fun game.
that is
People,
true. It is silly, and we offer prizes, which are kind of fun, but it's a simple and it's rowdy,
yeah,
especially when you get a bunch of seniors that are hyped up on bingo.
there you go. Fantastic. Thanks so much, Brian. Folks, stay on board here. You're going to get some information about Coastal Seniors, how to get a hold of them, and take advantage of the services they offer. Thanks again, Brian.
You're very welcome, George.